Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Leslie and today I am making another card for Jaded Blossom. Like I said, I am on their blog all month long and today we are using their newest release for July. So this is the Sky the Limit stamp set. There's lots of fun sentiments like flying by to say happy birthday. They have new mini gnomes, y'all. These are so cute. They're about 2 inches where the big gnomes are over 3. I got the little girl ones and then this beautiful hot air balloon. So we are going to be making a card with this today. So this is all the die sets and all the little pieces of paper. I'm not using the feet for the little girl gnome because they're going to be hidden behind the balloon. And then a couple of these I am going to have to die cut a couple times, like the triangles, because I want 2 different colors. And then the pink and the pattern paper I had to cut a couple times so that I could do stripes as well. So these are my extra stripes. I'm actually going to go ahead and put them back in the bag that comes with the die set. That way it's all together and I can use it on another hot air balloon in another card. So I'm also going to be doing that with the triangles as well, because of course I only need about half of them because I want to do in every other color as well. So we're going to go ahead and start putting this hot air balloon together. It's so easy, guys. Jaded Blossom just makes it so easy to put beautiful die sets together, and I just love this one so much. So you're pretty much just making sure that you're lining up the pieces with the top edging on there. And of course you don't have to do this. You could just put the basket on it and have the background as a pink blank balloon. All the stitching is on the background, or you can add the pieces like I am and add some more dimensions. So you kind of do what you want to do. So I'm just lining those edgings up, making sure that I'm getting that on perfectly, and I wanted to do in every other. So I am using the pink, and then I'm using that watercolor flowers pattern paper. That was my inspiration for this card. I was trying to use all cardstocks that are shown in that pattern paper because I just it's so pretty. This is I think it's a retired pad from Honeybee. If it's not retired, I'll try to put it down in the description box below. But a lot of my pattern paper anymore, unless I'm getting it from my design teams, trying to purchase it new with them, a lot of my stuff is older or was on clearance kind of thing. So I'm trying to use up what I have in my stash, and this is a perfect stash buster. So again, with this hot air balloon, you could just use the base basket and just put the rim on if you wanted to. It does create a little bit extra dimension and shadow, but I am going to go ahead and put the basket part on as well, just so it evens out. And then you can see all my little glue is coming a little bit through the stitching on this die. So do be aware that you are using glue that dries clear like me, because otherwise it will show through. So that might be an idea to try to see if you could put like a different color behind that and see if you can see like the colored cardstock behind it. So that might be in another video. I'll have to try that out. But then I'm going to go ahead and add my basket onto that main base die there. And then the strings that hold the balloon, again, you could just leave it how it is, but there is a die for that as well. And I decided to die cut that out in that dark brown as well. I'm using 2 different shades of brown from my stash that I felt went really well with the watercolor pattern paper that I have going on right now. There is some brown shading in that, so it worked out really pretty. And I love this hot air balloon. You are going to be seeing a lot of inspiration with this because I think it's definitely one of the favorites of the designers. Definitely be checking out Jaded Blossom's blog for lots of inspiration with this new release, because this release not only comes with this beautiful hot air balloon and the stamp set, but it also comes with mini gnomes in boy and girl, and then also with an RV camper that is just adorable. You definitely have to check it out. So with this little banner, I am going to be doing every other. I did decide to cut out the blue. I didn't need to, but I wanted to just pop it up a little bit more so that the string of the banner looks a little bit further back, and that way everything is even. But again, I didn't have to. The rest of my triangles will end up going into the bag. So, and like I said, I am on the Jaded Blossoms blog all this month, every Wednesday, except for the very last one. So definitely be checking out that blog for inspiration from me. I'm going to be having some beautiful fun cards going on here because Jaded Blossom just has beautiful dies and I have a lot of them. And so I am playing a lot this month for them. So I'm very excited and honored to be a guest designer for them. So that is my little banner. And like I said, the rest of the triangles are going to be going into the bag. And I don't know about you, but this summer is going too fast. We've been doing all kinds of swimming lessons and splash pad and getting in the water, and it is way too hot here in Nebraska. Most of the days are like high 90s, and I'm already ready for fall. I'm ready to, cozy up under a blanket with hot, pumpkin spice coffee and read a book. So this is my beautiful hot air balloon. I love it. Okay, so now we have to start on this adorable mini gnome. I got the little girl gnome because the cards that I donate to, they are for kids that are ages 6 to 11 for a Royal Family Kids Camp. And I just thought it would be perfect to have the little gnome next to the big gnomes, like fishing and doing all the things that they do at the camp. So I definitely had to get the little girl gnome because she's just so cute. So you go ahead, you start with the dress, you line it up with the bottom edging, and then you go ahead and put the hat on, and then the face is actually different from the, we'll say adult gnome. Their normal gnome has a full oval. This one just has the half face, which just lines up perfectly with the hat, and I love it because then it doesn't have any kind of bend in it as it's trying to fit underneath the hat or something like that. So then the hair, of course, lines up right next to the hat, and on the edge of that white, it's going to be from the edge of the white to the nose, and it lines up with that hat. And the hair was always my struggle with the big gnomes because I kept missing that information. But yeah, it goes from the edge to the nose kind of thing, and it lines up with the hat. So whichever hairstyle you have, and there are multiple ones. This one comes with 3 different ones. The adult gnomes comes with a couple different ones in the main kit, and then there's hair add-ons that have a bunch of them. So definitely check that out if you haven't. And of course, I am popping up the little nose just to give it a little bit more definition. She's so cute. And then we got to put the tiny little bows on her little braids. Thankfully, these bows is 1 die set instead of 2 individual ones, because I'm not sure if I still know where those are for the adult one because I've dropped it so many times. And then, like I said, I don't need feet because the feet are going to be hidden away with this hot air balloon, so I'm just not even going to try to put them on. And then here I'm just kind of lining up my gnome of how I want it to sit on this hot air balloon. So I'm adding glue to the very bottom. I realized that it was just a little bit easier to put glue on the actual gnome herself since I kind of knew where I wanted her to be. And then because I am using liquid glue, I have a little bit of time to kind of maneuver her. You could put 2 gnomes in this little hot air balloon, or just 1, or like the boy and the girl kind of thing. You can actually use the full grown gnomes with this. They're just a little bit bigger and kind of oversized, so it just depends on the look that you're going for. So I am going to pop up the little hands on some foam tape as well. I'm just cutting off a really small piece here because I wanted to bump it up on top of the basket to make it look like she's holding on to the basket. Of course, this is definitely a job for having really long nails, or maybe using that lovely, what's the word I'm thinking of? The tweezers right next to me. That would have been better than what I was attempting to do here. I had recently cut my nails because I didn't want to scratch babies. And I was struggling real bad with trying to get the release paper off this foam tape because it's just so small. So my suggestion is use the reverse tweezers, or yeah, I finally figured it out. Or get the release paper off the foam tape before trying to put it on the little hands, because it just didn't want to stick enough because it was so tiny. But then I'm just adding a little bit of liquid glue just so I have a little bit of wiggle room, and to make sure the little fingers are also really connected to that basket. So that is my adorable little gnome in the hot air balloon. So now we got to start on my sentiment. So the sentiment I'm going to use is just a note to lift your spirits. And of course I am embossing this in white, and I'm doing it on the blue cardstock because I wanted to bring in a little bit more of that color onto this card, since I brought in that teal color that was on the banner I put on her dress. And so I wanted to bring in a little bit more blue. So I am bringing in my Simon Says Stamp Clear Embossing ink. That one is the juiciest right now. I need to get a ink refiller for my Versamark ink. I have one somewhere, but you know how you clean? I clean and I organize my stuff, and then I can't find it anymore. It's like I knew where it was when my desk was in chaos, but now that I've organized and cleaned it, I don't know where I put it. So I might have to be looking into getting another order of that so that I can work on that. But for the moment, my Simon Says Stamp Clear Embossing ink pad that I have is doing great. So that's what I'm using today. I'm just putting light pressure on that so that I don't smush out the words. I did do a couple layers of that. There we go. So that it creates a really good impression. And I can totally talk today, guys. It's been a really long day. We had swimming lessons. My middle child is doing her first swimming lessons, and it's a mommy and me class, and it was our very last one. And she is not a huge fan of water. She's not a huge fan of water in her face. Washing her hair is a nightmare. And so swimming lessons this year, I kind of had been dreading. Like, I'm in the water with her since she's too young to be on her own. She is only 2.5. And so I was dreading it, but she actually did fantastic this whole last couple weeks that she's been in it. And I've just been so proud of her. And then washing her hair has actually gotten easier because I think because we've been so much in the pool and she's actually getting her face wet, that she was getting over that fear of water. And so it's been really, really great. But then today she just clung to me. I'm like, it's the last day. It's supposed to be the fun day. She went down the slide a couple times, so that was fun. But other than that, she just clung to me, and I'm like, you know what? It's okay. It's the last day. You've already passed. And we just want to have fun. And her favorite part was that they had a platform in the water, so she was able to stand on her own kind of thing in the water. But it was just short enough that she almost kind of floated, if she tried to walk around too much on it. So she just had a blast on that. And I was cool with that. So as you can see, I did fussy cut out the sentiment. I don't have the outline dies with this stamp set. I do have some of Jaded Blossom's outline dies, and if you can get them, because I don't know about you, I don't like fussy cutting, but I do it anyway. And then I just brought in that pink cardstock that I had been using for the balloon to create that edging. And then I had some cloud pattern paper in my stash, and I decided that was perfect for it to look like she's floating away. So just a note to lift your spirits. That's my fussy cutting. I am bumping part of it up with foam tape, since I did bump up the actual air balloon with foam tape. And then I'm adding just a little bit of glue so I can really make sure this adheres down well. So if you don't know, Jaded Blossom right now is having their Christmas in July sale. They only have 2 sales a year. One is in July and one is in November. It's when all their dies, stamp sets, outline dies, all the odds and ends that they have. Everything is on sale. And so definitely check it out if you ever wanted anything from Jaded Blossom, or you want to check them out. This month is a great month to do it. Everything but the last 3 releases are on a sale right now. So really, really great money saving, and get, a full collection going like me. I had to add in some bling there. Those are some gems from Not Too Shabby from their July release. It matches everything, y'all. It's just matched all my cards today. So definitely check out all those details down below. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you're new here, hit subscribe, hit that bell so you don't miss a video from me. Like I said, check out Jaded Blossom. This is their sale information this month. I will see you in another video soon, and make sure you're checking out the blog. I'll be there every Wednesday. Thanks. Bye.